So we are solar, hydro, and biomass. So we are wood-fired malting system. So so biomass energy for the heating, electricity from the hydro typically when it's in winter, and then so malting is typically kind of a wintertime thing. Then for brewing, again, we are a wood-fired boil kettle, and then to run the pumps and stuff like that and the controls is all electricity, which is hydro or solar in the summer, basically. So the idea, the energy mix of the hydro and solar is that wintertime is wetter, so we have enough water in the river to generate hydro continuously, and that's via an Archimedes screw. So we have an old river going through the farm, which it used to have an old water mill. So little bit of upgrading, but using the old technologies really. There was a water mill here, so we're using that potential energy again. And then the idea is that in summertime we have a lot less rainfall, well, we should have a lot less rainfall, so the river level drops. We sometimes have to shut down the hydro for a month or two in the middle of the summer if we have a drought. So in that period we have solar, which is the sunniest part of the year. So therefore the two technologies can kind of complement each other. Biomass, then we have native woodlands on the farm, and we manage them ourselves, and we manage them using sustainable forestry technique called coppice with standards. So the idea is that we harvest a small area each year, and we keep harvesting a different area each year. And that means we have a diversity of age of woodlands. So there's always a year when the sunlight gets to the forest floor, which means the forest flowers can flourish. And then equally, there's years where the woodland has gotten older. And the other thing is that because there are standards, the standard trees are the trees that we don't harvest on, say, a 10-year rotation. So they grow up into complete trees and they produce seeds. So the idea is that they'll be producing seeds that will fall on the forest floor. And as we coppice in a cycle, there'll be a chance for those seeds to germinate and come up and compete. And for the forester or the person harvesting, it's like, well, if that's a nice tree, we'll let it go on to become a standard. And the standard then can be harvested for saw log timber to make benches, tables, whatever it is, beams in the brewery, things like that. So we try and use that timber and mill it on site into timber. And some of the timber in the brewery at the moment is timber that we milled on the farm as well. And then the byproduct from that can be used for heat to heat the brew or dry the malt, whatever it is. So we're trying to get the circularity as much as possible through everything we do.